If you're a fighter, if you train in any form of combat sports, you understand probably more than anyone else the importance of controlling and dominating the space. If you're able to dominate the space, ultimately you will be able to dominate the fight. Now, I took a seminar with ShivWorks recently where Craig explains in depth the importance of controlling your space when you're dealing with unknown context, right? Somebody that I don't know that's approaching me. I need to be able to control that space, because if I let somebody get too close to me, meaning that they're within arm's reach, the chance that I have to physically be able to protect myself successfully is slim to none, regardless of what your experience is. Now, I'm going to show you a little snippet from a seminar recently where Craig goes into depth explaining about the importance of controlling your space, and then we'll touch upon a couple things here afterwards.
I'm going to measure a sleeve's length away from you, Patrick. Guys, this distance is important for a couple of reasons. Number one, not necessarily in a rural part of Illinois, but if you certainly are in the city, God forbid you ride public transportation, your reality may be hanging on a strap that's close to a stranger. So for a lot of people, this distance, wingspan within arm's reach, that's common, okay? Here's another reason this distance is important. Still, in this day and age, oddly, in a post-COVID world, this is still average conversational distance. This is a range where you will see strangers close to when they wish to engage in dialogue. So it's really, really important to look at this distance and understand the implications. Patrick, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with our hands by our side. What I want to try and do is I'm going to try and reach up and touch your abdomen, okay? Before I do that, what you have to do is touch my hand. So it's a reaction time game. Mm-hmm. I get to initiate. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do this with my right hand. We're going to do it 5 times. So that's all I'm going to do, something like that. So you know it's coming. You know where it's coming from. You know I'm going to do it. Based on this distance, I want to see if this problem is manageable for him. And if so, how manageable is it under these parameters at this distance? Ready? Okay. How's that going?
Pretty bad.
Okay. So 5 out of 5 times, I'm going to win that. 10 out of 10 times, I'm going to win that. It has nothing to do with speed or ability or ninja or anything like that. At average conversational distance, wingspan, your chances of mitigating this, if somebody makes the first move, are fucking zero. Zero. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up this distance from Patrick, not by much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from my toe to my heel, and from my toe to my heel. So what's important about this is I haven't even opened up the distance from Patrick by a complete step, right? I've literally just opened it up by my shoe size, okay? Patrick, we're going to do the same thing, okay? Right hand again, 5 times. Based on that minor increase in distance, I want to see if the previous outcome, which is very observable and very predictable, very repeatable, changes. And if so, how much does it change? What is that little bit of distance, not even a single step, what does that actually mean? You ready, sir? Okay. Nice, good. Good. Good, Patrick. Good. Nice. Okay, thank you, bud. Did that literally change 100% with not even a single step? So what does that tell you about minor changes in distance? Do they matter? Are they significant? Most assuredly, guys. They mean everything. Right now, in your daily lives, I want you to think about something that you do and tell me where you are the most sensitive to minor changes in distance. And I want you to think about Something mundane, something you probably do a third of the day, something I'm giving you a big ass clue on. What do you do every day? Drive, okay? You drive, maybe you drive in rush hour traffic, 5 p.m. traffic. Maybe it's this time of year in Illinois and there's bad weather and the roads are icy, okay? Let's think about those conditions that you drive in. Under those conditions, bumper to bumper, rush hour traffic, icy roads, poor visibility, you're probably very sensitive to minor changes in distance, right? Because you don't want to rear end someone or be rear-ended. That sensitivity, that feeling, is the same feeling I want you to really, really, really hold on to and harness now when you're in places outside of your home that you don't control occupancy. And I think because that experience is so common and everybody's hyper aware of minor changes in distance, that's an easy transposition. Does that make sense? Now, I would like to have as much distance as possible from any kind of potential problem emerging within my immediate sphere. And the biggest factor there is a word that we've all heard. It's a word that we've used probably in teaching someone else, maybe a loved one. Awareness, aware, being aware. We understand awareness is important, right?
Now, as the video ends there, you can see that he's starting to discuss the importance of being aware of our surroundings. And again, that's another thing that if we're practicing good self-defense, we have to be aware. We need to be aware of what's going on around us, who's around us. Doesn't mean that we need to be paranoid, but we need to acknowledge what we are seeing. If something feels out of the ordinary or something just feels off, then we need to take the appropriate action and react accordingly. If that means I leave the location and I go somewhere else, if I park my car somewhere else, if I go back into the store, whatever we decide to do, it's just the fact that we are accepting what it is that we are seeing that is making us uncomfortable. What we don't want to do is be lazy or just nonchalant and just think, everything's fine, I can handle it, I'll see red, right? And then next thing you know, person's within arm's reach, and as you saw here, it's a dangerous place to be. So I think this is a critical lesson. I think Craig does an excellent job explaining this. That's why I wanted to show you this little clip. That's pretty much all I got for you. If you enjoyed what he was teaching, I highly recommend, again, that you find a ShivWorks course near you and you sign up immediately. I promise you will not regret it. I know they're expensive, but they are long courses. You will get a ton of information out of it, and you will walk away more prepared to protect yourself and your loved ones against any potential threat that's out there in the real world. So as always, stay aware, stay alert, stay safe. We'll see you next time.